Jay, we are talking 7A football state championships. Come on with it, man. Who you got in the first round? What matchups in the first round, real quick, that's just kind of catching your eye? That's going to be some good ones.
Oh, big boy football here. I mean,
Yeah.
every matchup is, everybody on this bracket can beat you. That's what it is. And there are two matchups that caught my eye immediately. Westlake versus Valdosta. Westlake will be the home team. That's going to be a big football game. Valdosta coming from South Georgia, big, physical. Everything you think about what South Georgia football looks like, that's what Valdosta is.
Yeah.
Got Westlake, a lot of talent, big boy Atlanta school with obviously led by Avion Terrell, been a great kick returner this year. I think he has 7 or 8 touchdowns. Just the kick return also plays really well at corner. So that's a big one. I have no idea who's gonna come out on that one. That's a toss-up type game. And then the other game I had was Parkview and North Paulding. Parkview, they lost a couple games in the middle of the season and they're kind of out of nowhere. And then they go and beat Grayson in the season finale. And they're going into the playoffs as a 4 seed. Don't let that seed fool you. That's a really good football team that should be 1 or 2. And they will be a threat to whoever they face because of the athletes they have. They have Mike Matthews, Jalen Crawford, Colin Hawk playing quarterback, Kyer Spain running the football. He had over 200 yards on Friday for playing against Grayson. So, but yeah, that's good. That's going to be a good matchup, North Paulding versus Parkview. So, I'm really watching those two matchups this weekend.
Two matchups that stand out to me: Lowndes County versus Carrollton. Only reason why I say is we got a freshman quarterback over there. Pretty much a team that's on the rise. They've been undefeated. That playoff football is a whole different animal, though. As a whole, you start getting tight when mistakes start happening, boy. You get looking around, hey, what's going on here? Taking on Lowndes County, just look, man, it's football down there. That's what they do. They wake up, go to sleep. Death, taxes, football. That's what they do down there, man. So I think that's going to be a better matchup than people give it. And Meadow Creek versus Mill Creek. That's actually, they are going to put up some points. Now, I don't know if Meadow Creek can stop anybody, but they going to put up some points. And they got that half man, half amazing Jordan Louis back there. And again, people, if you haven't seen this guy in person, he's an absolute real deal, butt naked truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we can say that, but hey, that's what he is, man. He's a real deal. So I think that's going to be a good game, even though I do think Mill Creek will go ahead and pass them up.
My semifinals, we're gonna stick with Buford and Colquitt. That's who I have meeting on December the 2nd in the semifinals. The other side, I'm gonna go with Mill Creek versus Norcross, because I feel like for some reason that side of the bracket, the lower end of the bracket, where you have Milton, a lot of those teams are very similar. And I think there'll be some lower seeds that come out with wins on that end. And I think that'll be a fun. That side, both sides are really fun to watch. So I think we got this. Some of it is, like I said, it's big boy football over there in 7A.
I think it's gonna be a great matchup, man. I'm kind of feeling you on that right there, man. And before we give our championship predictions, what player can tilt the playoffs if he gets hot? Everything gets rolled.
I'm gonna go with Hayden Clark at Mill Creek, quarterback.
Good one.
He's a senior, played a lot of football. They're going to beat Buford. They're going to win a state championship. He has to be the difference maker. Obviously, everybody knows about Caleb Downs. Cam Robinson is the running back that's had a good year. Mikael Woods has had a good year. But Hayden has to, he has to kind of take that next step. He's capable of it. I think he's going to be the guy that can make some plays in some of these games that get really tight. They can win. They're another team that can win multiple ways. You got Caleb on the defensive side. He can play his offense. But I think he's the X factor for them. When you get in a game in the state championship, see Buford or Colquitt, you can score with them because you have a legitimate quarterback. You have a senior at quarterback that's played a lot of good football.
You know what? I'm gonna go with two guys. I'm gonna go with one from Walton, but it's not who you think it is. I'm gonna go with Ashton Woods, the middle linebacker, who is absolutely a dog, man. And here's the deal: if they meet up with Buford, it's gonna be up to Ashton. Ashton, I'm calling you out, man. called the bloodline, the fan, everybody you got over there at the house. You know what I'm saying? Even the dog over there. I don't know what you got over there. But I'm calling you out because if Walton wins, a lot of it's going to be because obviously good team play. We know that, right? I get all that. But a lot of that's going to be because Ashton Woods went ahead and did his thing. Look, Buford, they're going to run that counter. They're going to run that lead. And they're going to run that short toss or long toss, however you want to look at, whatever your block scheme is with that. I don't care. But you get what I'm trying to say. They're going to go ahead and run. Those 3 plays are going to be staple. They're going to run it. And, hey, Ashton, hey, time to put your big boy pants on when it comes to that game right there, man. The other guy I would have to say, man, who can absolutely tilt the playoff if he gets hot, which he has a possibility, one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the state, R.J. Johnson. Here's the thing. R.J. Johnson and that offense, they kind of, some days will be good, some days will be bad. It's with having a new coaching staff. These things happen. New schemes, new all this kind of stuff. It takes some time to learn. If he gets hot, if they figured it out, the way that defense is playing, oh boy, he will be the one that can tilt the playoffs and shake it up and just literally throw everything upside down. But either way, I still have my playoff picks going on. I still have my state championship picks. All right, for your championship game, who do you got?
We're going to see a big matchup, rematch with the Mill Creek Buford. Probably one of the biggest atmospheres of the season when they played earlier. I think the first time around that was, a lot. And I think there was a lot of hype going into that game. But I think this time, Mill Creek's a different football team, and Buford's a different football team. So I think we'll see a different type of game. But those are the 2 teams I think will eventually meet in Atlanta.
So I said this on my show, and I stand by it 10 toes down, man. Look, man, I said Mill Creek I said Buford was going to beat Mill Creek during the regular season. Mill Creek had been playing with fire, man. You saw it coming. They kept, the first half, they'd be slow, just couldn't get going, for whatever reason it was, playing down to the competition. I don't know. All I know is they got a fantastic coach over there and a fantastic scheme going on, fantastic players. Excuse me. They have all that going on over there. So I wasn't shocked when I saw Buford beat Mill Creek. Here's the problem on the rematch. And everybody knows this in football. It's hard to beat a good team twice. And a team like that that's finally woke up, because they're going to be looking at them. See, that's what they got to deal with, that looking past the other team. But if they make there, which I think they will, when they make it to that championship game, it's going to be all out war. People thought that first game was a great game. Yes, it was. Listen to me, everyone. Caleb Downs, last game. Mill Creek, this team been together since they were, 9 years old, 10 years old, whatever. They will come back home with a championship. Buford's going to come to play. Buford's going to be ready. Stands going to be packed. Mill Creek stands going to be packed. But let me tell you something. That's just a different thing when the championship is on the line, team is locked in, and this is what they came into the season to do, what their plan was. So that's who I got winning, man. I got Mill Creek winning.
I'm going to go with Buford, but
okay.
I hear what you're saying. I like a lot of what you're saying. Yes, that's why Mill Creek is in the position that they're in, because a lot of these guys have played together forever. They got one of the best football players in the state of Georgia, regardless of class, and Caleb Downs. Got a good quarterback, got a great coaching staff. So, I think it'll be a really good football game. I don't think it'll be like the first time. I think Buford will have a chance to harden themselves, and they'll have a lot of calluses coming into that matchup, and I think they'll grow together as a team, and it'll be, tough times in football tend to bring you together. So I feel like they're gonna experience some tough times on their way. So I think they will, I think they'll come out on the top. And when it gets cold, when you can run the football, you got a shot. Nobody runs the football like Buford, because they got Justice Haynes, and they got other guys too that can grind you into the ground late in football games.
Justin Baker,
Justin Baker. They got a big offensive line as well. So. I really feel like that's what their game plan is going to be. And I think they'll win another title with it.
Here's what I would say. Even though I got Mill Creek winning it, one thing I can do is look back from a respect standpoint. If Buford wins this will literally probably be the greatest championship run we have witnessed in the B2C era. I can't speak about any other era. I know we've been around 15 years. But in the B2C era, this means they would have beat a Walton that has aspirations of winning a state championship, Carrollton, aspiration to win a state championship. Colquitt, aspiration to win a state championship. Now, hold on now, these three good teams I already named. Then Mill Creek, who I feel is going to win the state championship. That would probably be the greatest thing ever. Coach App, don't answer your phone the next day. Tell them you want a pay raise. Tell them it ain't gonna be the pay raise y'all thinking about. Tell them you don't need some of that Nick Saban money coming through that thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You and old Coach Kirby Smart gonna have to be two highest paid employees in the state by the state of Georgia, because that's literally what that would deserve. That would be phenomenal.